Hello, I am Anawoltos, and welcome to another episode of Zero AD Replays. And today we're going to be seeing a 4v4 team-based conquest on the Corinthian Isthmus map. So we might be seeing some naval. That's always nice to see. Not the body part, but the boats. So just in case anyone got mixed up on that. So frame rate rolling at a nice single digit. Okay, it's increasing now. Okay, the game was just loading. And we've got a number of players, but before I go into that, let's take a look at the objectives. It is defeat all opponents to win, locked teams, allied victory, ceasefire is disabled. It is the Corinthian Isthmus, and 500 resource start limit, 250 population limit, etc. So we have 8 players here. Valdio Uzanov, the blue player, red player. I'm just gonna use the colors. It's a lot easier because I don't end up having to deal with mispronouncing anyone, and everyone will still be able to know who exactly I'm talking about. So blue, red, purple, and orange are all on one side with cyan, yellow, green, and black on the other side. Or is that more of a gray color? Let's take a look. I'd say it's a black, or at least a high, a well lit black. Maybe that's a way to call it. And look at that, starting out with those surrounding wall turrets. Good old orange player. And just need to check the teams. Yep. It is based on the sides of the map, just to confirm that. Just so that everyone knows exactly what's going on. So let's actually get into taking a look at what's happening here. So, over here, the black player is busy, has built one house, not very many, but is gathering those early resources. Green player, in the process of building several houses, a classic strategy. Yellow player here, getting some women up and building an early barracks that could be an asset to attacking early. And cyan player, houses and starting barrack. That's a pretty bold play. And now the purple player, no special buildings really besides the farmstead. Which I find very interesting. Very unusual play there. Meanwhile, red player is getting houses up. Orange player is getting houses and a barracks. Already a barracks by the blue player and houses as well. Is purple player here a new player? That could be it. That could be the reason why we're only seeing a farmstead this early in the game. But you never know. Could be a pro in disguise. But cyan player is building a farmstead. So barracks is slowly getting built, probably by just one. Yeah, that's right, just one woman. No, it's a swordsman working on it. Oh, it was one other swordsman working on it briefly, but he's been dispatched to build another house. Green player is getting fields up. Black player has fields. Yellow player has fields. No fields on cyan. No fields on purple. Purple is beginning building houses, so maybe my assessment was perhaps a little bit too premature there. Red player has fields. Orange player has fields. Blue player doesn't have fields, but still has berries, so it's not a huge issue right now. The center bit of a map doesn't really seem to have been touched by any one of the players, Although the
Yeah,
orange
see?
player has been footing about in the area. And I think an interesting thing would be, actually, is anyone playing Carthaginians? That's India, that's Iberians, that's Romans, isn't it? Yeah, that's Romans. As is this, ooh, double Romans, that's interesting. Ptolemies, Iberia, not Carthaginians. Uh, yeah, none of them are playing Carthaginians, so that's interesting. But I was maybe thinking of, is it the Carthaginians that have it, the military colony, or is it the Spartans? They can do that. Well, the Romans can build a structure outside of their territory, so that is an interesting asset. What I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to get here is getting control of the center here is going to be very important, because that is what is going to allow a player to send in troops to attack. In fact, ideally, you would want to get control of this end right here if you're on this side, or this end right here if you're on this side, so that you can attack and spread out, but still have the ability to bottleneck somewhat. However, another strategy would be to build defenses around the exit so that you can have a large number of overarching arcs of fire and shoot a lot at people coming through. Either way, controlling the center is going to be very important, because that is the only way you're going to get troops to attack the other side without navy. However, I do believe that a navy will probably be relevant, as we do have resources on the sea. So that is something that is likely to occur, and there could also be potential trade along the coast here. But it's not the safest method of trade, let's be honest. Doing it land-based is probably a lot better, and also gets you greater distance if you're going from one end to the other. But let's have another look at how everyone is doing. Actually, let's take a look at resources. There you go. There's a Quaker resource. Oh, look, Mr. David's up on there. Ooh, red player. Pretty even there. Pretty even there as well. But blue player has built several houses. I'm not really seeing a big army come together yet. Orange player has built a second barracks and plenty of houses. Red player, some houses and a barracks. Purple player, also a barracks, and is training troops currently. Red player also has set up a scout in the center of a map. A cyan player is currently building a blacksmith and has already built barracks. Yellow player, barracks and several houses. Green player has a barracks and several houses as well. However, these are a bit more spread out than some of the other players. That may or may not be a good decision, depending on how the other side decides to attack. And black player or gray player, if you really want to go that direction, is also now building the first barracks, but already has several houses. I'm not really seeing any tendency to expand quite yet from any of the players, but we are seeing that they are all very busy and industrious getting their resources. And look at that town phase advancement by the yellow player. The cyan player was already there though, so town phase isn't that big a deal, because the borders don't really expand as much as when you hit the city phase. That's really when you see the borders boom out, and that can really offer a big advantage in some respects, as it concerns resource control and the ability to build certain places. But getting to town phase still is very important, because it unlocks several new buildings and units to be produced, which I believe is a very good thing. Oh, look, blue player is scouting with
ESD?
2 cavalry units over here. I wouldn't attack, though, because let's take a look. Yeah, a lot of these are spearmen, which not the best choice to attack with cavalry, but they're going for it.
ESD?
Yeah, look at that. That's some heavily boosted damage. But this does get the black player on his toes. The black player will be more cautious in the future, knowing that the blue player has been bold enough to venture in and attack into his territory. Looks like the orange player has finally reached the town phase. And oh, look at that. We are seeing a dock in construction.
ESD?
Blue player stranded here on 4 health. Not a fun time, if you ask me. And we see a lighthouse. I need to remember what the lighthouse does.
ESD.
It should say here, not that. Royal Dock, Temple, Markets. Maybe it's a military unit built
ESD?
thing. Yeah, it probably is. Okay. Because I don't remember what the lighthouse does specifically. Build along the shore to reveal the shorelines over the entire map. Very large vision range. 180 meters. Okay. It is a very powerful intelligence tool. 180 meters that, unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with the scaling here in the game, so I can't really tell what exactly that is, but actually we can find out quite easily. Okay, yeah, it's up to the other side. Doesn't really go into it, but that's about as far as it reaches. But it does also reveal the entire shoreline on the entire map, which means the other sea as well, which means the cyan player knows the location of the orange player's dock, and also will be able to eventually share that vision with the other players on his team, which is going to be a huge intelligence advantage. And also being able to see this entire isthmus in the center is also going to allow for an advanced warning system of potential attacks from this side. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. I'll call this the south side and that the north side. East-west also works. And look at that. We're seeing an orange ship already out, going in to attack the dock. However, the dock is... oh, well, actually not attacking the dock directly. But soon there's going to be a medium warship here. And the warships are going to be upgraded, which is not an upgrade that the orange player has taken. So that is going to allow the green player to have an advantage in the fight once that upgrade comes out. Meanwhile, the orange player is retreating the boat. However, the boat is getting shot along the way. And let's be honest, this isn't a large sea area. It's very difficult to avoid enemies there. A military colony is being built outward. And look at that, the green player has used barracks to expand a territory towards the central isthmus. This military colony is going to allow the black player to have control of this region, offering a large amount of wood as a resource. Meanwhile, the green player is building a defense tower to, I suppose, aid in the defense of the coast. The orange player is perhaps trying to counterattack. I think the action is going to begin quite soon. We're already having some naval engagements. We already had some scout skirmishes. But right now,
ESD?
we're going to have to
DST.
Worry about some other things happening. Oh, look at that yellow player in city phase already. Great on you. Barracks and a temple for the orange player. At this point, I don't think it's really important to look at all the buildings that everyone's building. And yeah, I was mistaken. It's not the Carthaginians, it's the Spartans that have the military colony. It's really attacking with the fire ship, doing quite a bit of damage. Of course, the disadvantage of the fire ship is that it is a melee ship purely. You can't really attack at distance with it, but it is enough to rapidly tear down anything that's along the coast. So this is really where the first real battle occurred, with denying the black player access to the coast, and now beginning to shoot the green player's buildings at the edge here. The green player has advanced farther down, building a temple. And having a temple right here is going to be very important for the green player, because the green player's troops are probably going to be concentrated here, since the green player doesn't really have that much of a coastline to attack from, and also therefore is more likely to use the isthmus as a passage.
DST.
Meanwhile, a blacksmith is being constructed here. Cyan player, not too much new there. The yellow player has built quite a lot of houses and is currently building a fortress. Although this fortress isn't towards the isthmus that much, it still is going to be very important, especially if defending from a coastal attack right here, which is a definite possibility. However, not that much of a possibility, since neither the purple player nor the red player have decided to, or has decided, since I'm saying neither nor, to invest in constructing anything along the coast here. Meanwhile, the orange player, very busy building up here. The red player has a temple close to the isthmus, and is now building houses in a nice neat row. Love to see that. Love to see some nice city planning. And look at that, we are already seeing a market, and it looks like the red player is not the only one with a market. So let's see, do they have shared vision yet? Yes they do. And let's check for the other team. Is there shared vision? Yes there is. So this gives this team a massive advantage in having an intelligence on the entire coast. Looks like the green player has advanced into the city phase, which has expanded the green player's territory even more than it already was. But all of this territory all comes out of the civic center. So if the civic center here gets taken, all of this is lost. And it looks like the green player is busy building a fortress, but it didn't work. Let's see, has the green player recouped the losses? Still has 1,000 stone, okay. And it looks like the green player has decided to invest in constructing naval units, which is going to be very important. Unfortunately for the orange player, this fortress isn't going down as fast as perhaps the orange player would wish. And it looks like the orange player, however, has decided to take advantage of the isthmus and to fortify it, as has the green player, although the orange player is going with a much lesser fortification, but perhaps it is only the first step among many. Blue player is finally beginning to build a dock. Now, of course, the entire team on the other side knows that this is happening. green player is about to produce a boat. And there it is. Right into the action. This boat isn't going to make it very much longer. The orange player doesn't have anything else in the works right now. But the orange player has produced a defense tower.
DSD?
And has sent troops to attack the green player. But the green player was effective in defeating those troops in the ensuing battle. Now the orange player is building houses right on the front line. Hopefully for the orange player that doesn't go too badly. Meanwhile, the red player has built a civic center quite close to the isthmus. That is going to be a significant asset and also an immediate target for the green player or anyone else that chooses to attack through the isthmus. Meanwhile, the orange player also has built a civic center in that region. The green player has sent out this medium warship to attack the coast where a defense tower is being built, and now it is not being built. Now a fight is occurring on the coast.
DSD?
The green player is taking advantage of having this naval vantage point in order to attack. Is that building invisible? Yes, it is. However, the units working on it are not invisible to the green player. So now a defense tower is coming up. And the yellow player has begun naval expansion. If I were the yellow player, I might try to snipe some of these not very well manned construction sites here. The red player is deciding to build walls, which I think is a wonderful idea. Although walls aren't always the most effective, they can still be pretty useful. Let's take a look at the units. Coast is very effective here. Cyan player is collecting troops near the isthmus, and the red player has taken over a lot of the territory around here by advancing to the city phase. And I find it surprising that the yellow player has decided not to attack these buildings that could very easily be destroyed. But once these defense towers are up, that is going to offer a very important coastal defense for the red player against counterattacks by the northern team. And the orange player has also advanced into the city phase. And the red player is building a fortress, but everyone knows that it's being built, so is there going to be a choice to meddle in this affair? Looks like the project is becoming increasingly worked upon.
DSD?
Okay, there were some fire ships in the mix right there. The green player already has battering rams ready to attack. Plenty of trade is going on, as we can see by these lines of units from various colors moving across the map. The orange player is building a fortress. And it looks like the yellow player has decided to attack. And a battle is occurring at the coast here. Red player moves to reinforce. Meanwhile, the yellow player has the opportunity. Oh, wait, no. The green player has taken the initiative and has moved in to destroy the fortress before it's completed. But the orange player has moved in as well and is now attacking a large number of swordsmen. Let's take a look at the units involved here. Holy cannoli, that's quite a bit. But I am seeing quite a bit of green. There's some cyan units in there as well. That is worth noting. And the northern team also has coastal support. And has captured the tower. And it looks like I think I will stop the game right here. And there we have it. I think something that is very notable about what we saw today, I will be continuing this next time, by the way. What we saw today is the influence that having vision has in this game, just how important it is to have good vision. And it looks like the blue player is getting a very nice boat up out there. But this lighthouse right here was a huge advantage to the northern team because it allowed the northern team to see the entirety of the coastline on the entire map, and also therefore preempt any building project here on the most vital area of the map. And now, by the looks of it, the northern team is taking control of that central region. Meanwhile, the yellow player is really harassing behind the lines here, is harassing the red player. Now, of course, the orange player has sent some reinforcements for that action, and the blue player is becoming involved as well. But it is also worth noting that the cyan player is sending more reinforcements, as is the green player. Not much action from the black player, though, but we are seeing several building projects occur. And there you have it. I'm very excited to see what happens next time. The purple player also isn't very involved right now, but I'm pretty sure it will be a fight to remember. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and if you have anything to say, please say so in the comment section below, and I will be seeing you all next time on Awiltos over and out.